Hey there. Have you ever felt like the world is pressing down on you? Like the opinions of others, the pain of a breakup, or the chaos of life just won't let go? It's like you're carrying this invisible weight, and no matter how hard you try, it keeps pulling you back. What if I told you that you could learn to let nothing and no one afflict you anymore? That you could find a way to stand tall, unshaken, no matter what life throws at you? Today, we're diving into the wisdom of Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, to uncover how you can free yourself from emotional turmoil and step into a life of inner peace. Jung believed that true freedom comes from within, from understanding and embracing every part of who you are. So let's explore how his teachings can help you let go of what's holding you back and start choosing yourself. Ready? Let's begin. Part 1. Understanding Jung's concept of the shadow. Let's start with one of Carl Jung's most powerful ideas, the shadow. Jung said that the shadow is the part of you that you don't want to see, the fears, insecurities, or desires you've buried deep because they feel too uncomfortable to face. Maybe it's the anger you suppress, the jealousy you hide, or the part of you that feels unworthy of love. Sound familiar? We all have a shadow, and here's the thing, ignoring it doesn't make it go away. In fact, Jung believed that what afflicts us most, whether it's someone else's judgment or our own self-doubt, often comes from the shadow we refuse to acknowledge. Think about this. When was the last time you felt triggered by someone's words or actions? Maybe a coworker's comment stung more than it should, or a friend's success made you feel small. Jung would say that those moments are your shadow talking. It's not about the other person, it's about what's unresolved inside you. The good news? Once you face your shadow, it loses its power to control you. You start to see that the things that hurt you are often reflections of what you haven't yet accepted about yourself. Here's a real-world example. Imagine Sarah, who's always felt overlooked at work. Every time her boss praises someone else, she spirals into self-doubt. Jung would say Sarah's shadow is her fear of not being enough. By recognizing this, she can start asking herself, what part of me feels unworthy and why? That's the first step to freedom, naming what's hidden. So what's in your shadow? What part of you have you been pushing away? Part 2, the power of individuation. Now that we've touched on the shadow, let's talk about where this all leads. Individuation. Jung described individuation as the process of becoming your true self, integrating all parts of you, light and dark, into a whole, authentic person. It's not about being perfect, it's about being complete. This is how you make nothing and no one afflict you anymore, because when you're whole, external chaos doesn't shake you. Individuation sounds big, but it's really about small, intentional steps. It's about choosing to know yourself deeply, even when it's uncomfortable. Jung believed that we're all on this journey, whether we realize it or not. The question is, are you actively walking the path, or are you letting life push you around? Let's break it down. Imagine you're in a toxic relationship, and you keep holding on, hoping the other person will change. Jung would say that individuation starts when you stop looking outside for validation and start looking within. It's asking, why am I staying in this cycle? What am I afraid of if I let go? By facing those questions, you begin to integrate the parts of you that feel scared or unworthy. You start to choose yourself over external expectations. Here's a story to make it real. Meet Alex, who spent years trying to please everyone, his parents, his partner, his friends. He was exhausted, always feeling like he was failing someone. Through Jung's teachings, Alex realized he was ignoring his own needs to avoid conflict. By starting to set boundaries and say no, he began his individuation journey. He didn't become selfish, he became whole. And suddenly, other people's opinions stopped afflicting him. So, ask yourself, what would it look like for you to choose yourself today? Part 3, Facing the Unconscious Mind. Let's go deeper. Jung believed that the unconscious mind speaks to us through dreams, emotions, and even those random gut feelings you can't explain. It's like an inner compass, guiding you toward wholeness if you listen. But here's the catch, most of us don't. We push away our emotions, ignore our dreams, or dismiss our intuition as just a feeling. Jung would say that's a mistake. To stop being afflicted by the world, you need to tune into your unconscious. Think about it. Have you ever had a dream that felt so vivid you couldn't shake it? Or a moment when you just knew something wasn't right, even if you couldn't explain why? Jung said these are messages from your unconscious, pointing you toward what needs attention. Maybe it's a fear you've ignored or a truth you're avoiding. By listening, you start to understand what's really driving your pain. Here's an example. Lisa kept having dreams about being trapped in a dark room. She felt stuck in her job, but she ignored it, thinking it was just stress. When she started journaling about her dreams, as Jung often recommended, she realized they were reflecting her fear of change. By listening to her unconscious, she found the courage to leave her job and pursue a career that lit her up. The external pressures, her boss's demands, her fear of failure, stopped afflicting her because she was finally aligned with herself. What's your unconscious trying to tell you? When was the last time you paid attention to your dreams or gut feelings? Part 4. Practical Steps to Emotional Freedom. So, how do you actually do this? How do you take Jung's ideas and make them work in your life? Here are 3 practical steps to start freeing yourself from external afflictions. First, practice shadow work. This doesn't have to be complicated. Take a journal and write down a moment when you felt triggered. Maybe someone's words hurt you, or you felt overwhelmed by self-doubt. Ask yourself, what does this say about me? What part of me feels threatened? Be honest. This is how you meet your shadow and take away its power. Second, embrace mindfulness. Jung believed that being present helps you connect with your unconscious. Try this. Spend 5 minutes a day sitting quietly, focusing on your breath. Notice what thoughts or emotions come up without judging them. This simple practice helps you tune into your inner world and build resilience against external chaos. Third, take small steps toward individuation. Start by setting one boundary this week, maybe saying no to something that doesn't serve you or choosing one thing that makes you feel alive. It could be as simple as taking a walk in nature or starting a hobby you've always wanted to try. These small acts of choosing yourself build the foundation for a life where nothing and no one can shake you. Which of these steps feels most doable for you right now? What's one small action you can take today? We've covered a lot today, from facing your shadow to listening to your unconscious and taking practical steps toward freedom. Carl Jung's teachings remind us that the power to be unshaken lies within you. It's not about avoiding pain or controlling others. It's about knowing yourself so deeply that nothing and no one can pull you off course. You are enough, exactly as you are, and every step you take toward wholeness makes you stronger. So, here's my challenge to you. This week, take one small step to choose yourself. Maybe it's journaling about your shadow, sitting in mindfulness, or setting a boundary. Whatever it is, do it with intention. You deserve to live a life free from affliction, grounded in your own truth. If this video resonated with you, please hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more content on personal growth and Jung's wisdom. Drop a comment below and let me know, what's one thing you're going to do to choose yourself this week? I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, keep walking your path to wholeness.